Because it's like bright green.
Alien green, fluorescent alien green ribbon sticking out of
a pile.
Fresh, warm dog poop. Yeah, wow. I didn't put my... None of them. None of them. I suck. All right.
There you go. Wiggle, wiggle.
Hi there. Welcome to the Notorious Needle. I'm Sarah.
I'm Bridget.
And we're a mother-daughter team.
We stitch.
On this channel, we talk about cross-stitch. We share with you what we're doing on our Flosstube videos. We also have tutorials on this channel. And if you go to notoriousneedle.com/shop, you'll see the patterns that we have available. Mm-hmm. Most of them are snarky. Some of them have swear words and not safe for work.
Some of them are a little political.
From a liberal perspective. So if that's your jam, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So we are starting this. I like to start with some of your comments. And some of the comments from the last video are also questions.
Oh, okay. I didn't read them ahead of time.
Bridget never reads the comments.
Sometimes I remember.
Oh, okay. It's usually me. If you see a response, it's usually me. At britches_get_stitches writes, Sarah, I have the same shirt. I get so many comments on it. Glad you had fun at StitchCon. It was such a great experience, and I still thank you both for your awesome video that prepared me for my first one. Oh. Awesome, Britches. She's talking about, I have one of my favorite t-shirts reads, science is not a liberal conspiracy.
Yeah, right. I'm so glad you had a good time at StitchCon. We have too.
Yeah, we've been to 2 now. We're really,
we're fans.
I want to try and go back next year. At Andrea_can_2 wrote, looks like you both had a great time. I'm going to my first retreat, Stitch New England, in October. Yay. I'm making 300 of your matchbook needle holders to pass out. That's cool. Awesome. They're so handy.
You can put Notorious Needle on those too if you want.
To be fair, I didn't make them up. Somebody at the first StitchCon I went to 2 years ago created them and handed them out, and I thought it was such a clever idea. I wanted to hand them out, so Bridget made almost all of them.
I was going to say, she was saying, to be fair, she didn't make them.
Oh, yeah, and I didn't come up with the idea myself, but I just wanted to share it. I see a lot of recaps on retreats, which are always fun, but not having ever gone before, I'm trying to figure out what I should take, like lights, chargers, etc. I can see from videos that table space is limited, so I want to make the best use of my available real estate. Can y'all do a small segment on that in an upcoming video? I can't find that much on this topic in the community. Andrea, yes, absolutely. Yes, we can do that.
Do you want to cover it really quickly now, or do we haven't too much to go into?
Rather than go into that now, I think I'd like to do a different video. Okay. It would be like one of our tutorial videos, and we can definitely publish that before your trip in October.
So you want to go to a retreat. Okay.
Yeah, what the heck do you bring? It's a lot. I always bring too much. I always overpack.
Same.
Yeah, so anyway. And that was one of the questions.
So you should write that down.
It's already on my list.
All right, good.
Yeah. Lori Carlson 4672 wrote, thanks for showing us all the pieces at the end. I loved them all. Suggestion, please. You were fast. Next time, go a tad slower, please. I couldn't pause the video on many and had to rewind over and over for some, but thank you. Such a joy to see a huge variety. I loved it. There was another Flosstuber who showed us what you did at a retreat she went to, and it was wonderful, and I so appreciate you sharing with us. Lori, point taken. I had purposely sped up that part of the video because I felt like it was kind of long and boring.
But it was at the end, so if people didn't want to watch it, they could just back out of the video at that point.
And it does make it too hard to see if I speed it up too fast.
Yeah, your dad said that too.
Yeah, okay.
He said, wow, she went through that really fast.
I did. I recorded it and then I sped it up. So next time I'll just post it in real time and just remind folks that if they want to go through it faster, you can use your YouTube controls in the video and you can
put it
speed it up
1.5 or 2 or whatever floats your boat.
So thanks, Lori. I appreciate the feedback, really. And that's your comments. So I'm going to try and only pick like 3 comments in the future. I appreciate your comments. I read every single one of them. And I read most of them to Bridget. Yeah. And it just tickles my fancy. So thank you for your comments. That's part of this great community.
It is. We like to know what you want to know.
Yes,
That helps.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because my crystal ball is getting dusty.
Right, and my psychic powers are, full of cobwebs. So
Your psychic powers got baby infested or whatever when you had the boys.
baby brain drain.
Baby brain drain.
That was a long time ago. I guess I never recovered.
Well, no, they only focused on the kids.
Oh, right.
So now if it's not about the kids, you don't have any psychic powers left.
No, they're all gone. Used up. Dried up and used up. Next, we wanted to announce the giveaway winners for the last Flosstube. So we like to do a little giveaway on every Flosstube going forward. And we are giving away 2 copies of this Cross Stitch magazine. This is the June 19th, 2023 issue of Just Cross Stitch. We ended up with duplicate copies because they were giving them out at StitchCon and Bridget already had a copy.
I have a subscription.
Yeah, so congratulations to X Stitch Dogs and Tea and to Amy Cardinal 8851.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much for your comments on our video, and I will put the magazines in the mail shortly. I did want to say that I did pick a different winner, but that person hadn't filled out the Google form, so I don't have their address, and so I had to pick another winner.
So fill out the Google form. Trust me, you're not going to get spam.
No, we do not. I'll talk about that more, but that Google form is only used for mailing freebies. I do not add you to my mailing list. I do not call you.
We don't sell it.
Yeah, so next is updates and announcements.
Well,
or you want to go with FFOs?
Do you have any you want to do
I do. You know what? I'll do that at the end. I'll do the updates and announcements at the end. So if you're curious what's going on at the Notorious Needle,
stay till the end.
I'll do that at the end. We've been too much. So FFOs, finishes.
I do.
All right, Bridget, go.
Now, my first fully finished object ended up being a gift for my sister, and her birthday has passed, so she has it. And I forgot to ask her for it back so I could show it on the video. But I did take pictures. So you're going to insert a couple of pictures here, but I have it on my tablet. And I decided to get a really big, oh crap, what did I just do? I touched something.
You twisted it and touched
it. I touched something. No, I was going to say why I have like the 3-year-old.
I have it already up here.
Okay.
So says, I'm not a hot mess. I'm a spicy disaster. So that's Bridget's finish. And then I have a picture of
the back.
Yep. So you want to tell them how you finished
that? What I did was I got some foam backing from Amazon, and I went ahead and glued that onto the back in the hoop. So I just finished it in a hoop, pulled it really tight, cut the edges, put some glue around the outside, and then put glued on a circle of the foam backing.
It's glued.
This is just foam backing.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a 3-year-old's case around my iPad because I'm notorious for dropping these things on the floor. So we're gonna see if this is Bridget proof.
Yeah, we're not Notorious Needle for nothing.
We'll find out. Yeah, I can drop it and break anything. So that was my first one, and the Spicy Disaster.
That's the one we just showed.
I know, but I'm just trying to remember. I had a card for it. It was by Creative Moments, and it was one that I got on the freebie table at Stitching in the Wild.
Okay.
So if you want to, it was actually a full kit. So my other fully finished is the kitchen towel.
Yay.
So it's make yourself at home, clean my kitchen. This is a pattern by Notorious Needle. It's available at her shop on notoriousneedle.com or on Gumroad. And I stitch it on a kitchen towel. And, I have pretty old eyes. I use a magnifier, but if I can do it, you can do it. It's really, really simple to just, you count however many threads.
And there's no finishing.
There's no finishing. You never have to frame it.
Finish.
And you can get towels without the stripes.
Yeah.
I just happen to kind of like the retro look.
Yep. I've seen these at craft stores and on Amazon and a bunch of different places.
Well, this was requested as a Christmas gift by one of my relatives. So I'm putting it away for that person.
It's cute.
I'm not going to say who it is because that person might have already forgotten that they asked about it. That way it might be a bit of a surprise. And then this one Am I upside down? I can never tell. Oh no,
Yeah, like
this is
that.
right side up.
Yep.
Oh, so if you see this in the mirror, it says nice butt.
Yeah.
But if you see it front ways, it looks like nothing. And I have it in my bathroom. This is also part of Notorious Needles Shits and Giggles collection. And I put it in this frame and I have it in my bathroom and I have it where it's in the mirror. So when you're washing your hands, if you happen to look up, this says nice butt in the mirror. And I just thought it was such a clever thing. I wanted to stitch that.
Bridget finished for me nice butt right here in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I have it hanging up here and it says, just regular nice butt, not backwards.
Right, but this one, and how many patterns can you find that you can read in the mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like
I think it's
unique.
funny.
It's
quite funny.
unique.
You're like, oh, was somebody peeking? No peeking.
And then my last fully finished object, this is I got this at Keepsakes when we were there at StitchCon this year, and it's a project bag. So I bought the project bag. Now, I did not buy the rest of it, but here's the project bag. So cute. I put our little Keepsakes needle line scissor fob thingy, whatever. On
They give you ring bling, a charm as a thank you for coming to StitchCon, and that's what she.
So I'm going to add a couple of little bees that I bought on Amazon because the beading kit, to be honest, was a little pricey, and these are not exactly the called for colors. I just matched whatever I had in my stash.
Yeah, because it's a small project.
Yeah, because the color thread package was
more than
a little
you wanted
pricey.
To pay for your budget.
I mean, I don't know. I think cross stitch should be affordable. I don't think it should cost you $60 to make a project bag and stitch it. So the pattern is by Shepherd's Bush, and it's called Queen Bee Bag, and it's meant to stitch on the bag, but they also have a small scissor fob and a small pillow if you wanted to stitch those.
Oh, yeah, very cute.
All of them come with that one pattern. So those are my fully finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I have 2 fully finished objects.
Which if you watch this channel,
finishes.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I never have finishes.
Nope.
I don't get to stitch as much as Bridget does, so I have 2. So the first one I'm going to share. This is the Floricle by Nocta Flora Designs.
Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, what a nice finish.
So I found a couple of fabrics that I thought would complement the Floricle. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably would have switched them around. I just felt like the planets would have been too busy with the border.
I agree.
And I used just sticky back backing.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the cording myself. And I did not sew this together. I used double-sided fabric tape and hot glue. And so I'm going to wait a couple of months and see if the whole thing falls apart. And if it doesn't, I'll show you how I did it. But I'm not 100% that it's going to stay together. It gets really, really hot here in South Florida. And
you think the hot glue might not hold?
Yeah, it's low temperature hot glue, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, but so far it's holding up great.
It looks wonderful.
I really like it. Yeah.
So what did you mount the picture itself on? Because it's padded.
Oh yeah, just batting. There's batting in between the picture. So there's three boards. The fabric is mounted to a board with batting.
Okay.
So I got sticky back board, and so the batting sticks to the board.
Okay.
And then I laid the fabric over it, folded it over the edges, and used a double-sided tape to stick it to the boarding.
Right.
The board. I did the same thing with the 2 pieces of fabric. This fabric here and this fabric here.
So that's held with sticky tape.
They're on the same side board. Yep. And then the edges are folded over and they're held with double-sided tape. And then I used hot glue to attach the actual pattern to the first board, and hot glue to attach the 2 boards together, and then hot glue to attach the
Show the edge, because I
cording.
don't know if they can see the corded,
edge,
that
yeah.
corded edge. So that's actually 2 colors of
Yeah, I took 2 of the colors in the pattern and twisted them together.
DMC floss, right?
Yeah, it's DMC floss.
Cool.
So this is 6. This is 6 strands of 6-stranded DMC embroidery floss. It uses a lot of floss when you do your own cording this way.
Right. Because you're twisting it.
Yeah, but I really
It looks very cool, and I love that the colors are pulled right out of there, and your little ribbon matches.
they were. Yep,
very
I found
nicely
this
done.
ribbon at the craft store. Okay, funny story about the ribbon. So when I trimmed off the edges, one of the pieces ended up on the floor, and I discovered it a couple of days later when I was picking up dog poop. You can't miss it.
Because it's like bright green.
Alien green, fluorescent alien green ribbon sticking out of
a pile.
Fresh, warm dog poop.
Well, thank you for that visual.
Yeah, well, I pick it up right away. I don't let it sit there. Yeah. So anyway, that's okay. So that's finished.
Went right through.
That's finished number 1. This is stitched 2/1 on navy Aida. It's just DMC navy Aida fabric.
And that's really nicely done, I have to say. I like it. I think you did a good job.
I wanted to pick complementary color. I love the green contrasting with the purple.
Yes.
And a little bit of the teal here.
Yes.
I just really liked this pattern. Again, is Knock the Floor Designs. I got it out of the Divination box by Starlight Stitchery.
Which is a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah. But the pattern, I believe, is available on the designer's site now. And their Etsy store. Okay. The other design, it's called Harder Daddy by Ezo Studios on Etsy. And here's the finish.
Ah, similar finish.
Yes, it's the same finish,
Nice.
but round.
Yeah.
And then here's the back fabric.
Nice. Is that fabric or is that's
fabric?
Okay, because I have fuzzy paper when I do card making that looks the same.
No, this is fabric.
Cool.
So I mi papi. I changed it. The original pattern says Harder Daddy here, and I changed it because my husband is bilingual in English and Spanish, and I thought that would be funnier.
It is.
I also lightened up the skin tones because my skin tones are lighter than the original.
But the pattern does come with different skin tones, doesn't it? Comes with different colorations.
I think there's like one light and one dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just wanted it to be even lighter.
I like the blingy ribbon.
Yeah, the ribbon. Yeah. I made a little bow,
And the edging on this one, is that also DMC floss?
Yeah, yes, it is. So this is 8 strands instead of 6.
I was going to say it looks bigger.
You can see the hot glue, which is not great, but my husband loved it. When I gave this to him, he laughed and laughed. He's going to hang it up in the garage, and we're going to see if the low temperature hot glue melts.
Yeah.
In our garage in South Florida, but
well, I mean, an alternative to gluing it would be doing like a little whip stitch.
Yeah, you can sew it.
Oh my God, doing it with the on the fabric on top of the cardboard is going to be very difficult.
You need a different kind of needle, which I don't have right now.
You need a curved.
I really look.
I think it's cute.
If you like the way it looks when it's done,
and I love the leopard print.
The leopard print, yeah. I was I with you when I picked that up at the store?
Yes.
Man, I thought that was hilarious. So I really liked it. And then just the black for the backing. Anyway, so those are my 2 finishes. Yay!
And you did a nice job on both of them.
Thanks. I did okay.
I have 5.
I totally cheated.
Do you want to finish 5 of mine? Because I have 5 I need to do.
But it did take like an hour or 2 for each. But I think if I had done it the traditional way, which is sewing,
it would have taken longer.
It would have taken a lot longer.
Right.
And finishing is my least favorite part. And
I think it's everybody's least favorite part.
Some people really enjoy the finishing.
Yeah. Well,
if you follow Kathy on Hands On Design, she has a lot of really good finishing ideas, and she does them in more traditional ways, more sewing and stuff, and they look amazing. She really enjoys the finishing. Yeah. She loves picking up the fabrics and making little pillows and stuff, which is adorable. I like watching her do it. But I don't like doing it.
But seriously, if it takes you weeks to do a stitch, it shouldn't be a hard thing to finish it in a couple of hours.
I mean, that's
you
your
know.
opinion. Some people, like I said, the stitching isn't even their favorite part. They like the finishing better. And so they'll do
No,
like
what I'm
little
trying to say is if you're spending that much energy stitching it, you should spend the energy to finish it nicely.
Oh.
That was what I meant.
Oh, I
That
see.
you shouldn't begrudge a couple of hours of finishing because it looks so nice.
To each his own.
Yeah.
You know, if I could just stick it in a hoop, stick it on the wall, you know, for me, it's
Same.
I like the stitching. Oh, and I actually remembered to sign this one, so I put my initials in the year.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I never remember to do that. I didn't remember to do it on this one. It's too late.
Well, you can always like put it on the back in a planet or something.
Yeah,
you could just write it.
I was thinking of putting just like a sticker on the back.
None of these fall off.
None of these have my signature on them. I think this one does. This is what did I call this one?
The Wanted.
Wanted. Yeah, it's a Wanted poster. It's supposed to look like Handmaid's Tale. Did I sign that one? I didn't.
Nope.
Yeah, wow. I didn't put my none of them. None of them. I suck. All right. See, it's finishing is a pain in my butt. Anyway. So those are my 2 finishes. Yay! All right, so that's it for this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you in next year's video for finishes.
You know what we skipped?
What did we skip?
New Stitchy Stuff.
Oh, we did.
We always start with new Stitchy
You're
Stuff.
right. I'm sorry. So do you want to do new Stitchy Stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have new Stitchy
All right, so
Stuff.
now we're gonna do new Stitchy Stuff.
Yeah, I have new Stitchy
All
Stuff.
right, woohoo!
Because it's been like 2 months since we've done a regular.
Oh, you know what? I have new
video.
Stitchy Stuff too. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right, so Bridget's going to do, I'm back. Bridget's going to do new Stitchy Stuff.
Okay, new Stitchy Stuff. All right. So it's been a couple months since we did a regular Flosstube.
Yeah.
I don't remember which month was which, but these are 2 of the Fabric of the Month clubs from Bestitch Me. This one's called Catacombs.
Oh, cool.
Let me open it up so you can see. Look at
Neat.
that. It's got a little rouge in there. So it's kind of like a brown and a little bit of red. It's maybe brownish, reddish brown.
Reddish brown.
In the middle there.
With like a very pale, maybe some pale blue.
Yep.
Very cool.
This is screaming for something spooky to go on it. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. And then this one is called Bronze Age. And I'm liking this one. Really liking this one. And when I get to the Earth Stitch Along, I might have to use this fabric for that.
Nice.
Because I think it'll look really
it's
really
a little
good with
more, I feel like it's a little more red than it in real life than it's coming off on the camera.
I think you're right. Because the red's not showing as much in here. There's more red tone to
There's
it.
a little bit, it's a little bit more like a brick or
it's
a
very,
terracotta
it's
red.
much more earthy looking. Yeah, on here it looks almost tree
I like
brown.
that. I like because the modeling is subtle. It's not.
Which is why I think it'll be really good for the Earth Stitch Along when that comes around.
Oh, you mean like the tarot?
Yeah, like the other Stitch Alongs I'm doing. But I may end up doing green. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to see.
Okay.
Now, double-sided tape. I found this on Amazon.
Okay, cool.
And is this similar to what you used on your 2 finishes?
No.
You used a different kind of double-sided tape?
I did.
I picked this up because it's really wide. It's like a little bit over an inch wide, and there's like almost 10 feet on the roll. It's 9.85 feet on the roll, and it's put up by Rhino. So I figured I'd get this and see, because I have a couple of things I want to do some finishes the same way, not exactly the way you did it, but using the double-sided tape.
It looks like it would be really thick.
Well, it is
says
kind of
extra thick. So
it is thick.
Yeah, I wanted to use something thin, so I'll that's in my new Stitchy Stuff. I have another one here. But once you take off the 2 sides that prevent it from sticking, it's like really Scotch tape thin.
Well, I figured I'd give this a shot.
Okay.
Especially if it's not going in a frame, then I'm not worried about how thick it is. So I don't know, but if it goes in a frame, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay,
we'll have to see.
Yeah.
And then, remember I said, remember I said I went a little cuckoo with the needle minders.
Yay!
Yeah. So these are all from Mad for Minders, madforminders.com, which is her Etsy shop, and I'm gonna just kind of put them up there.
Here, I'll go ahead and
one
hold
is
them closer.
the Ruth Bader Ginsburg one, but I can't tell them what they say because I don't remember.
Okay, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg says, women belong in all places where decisions are being made.
Yes.
And then there's another one that says, I'm not a craft hoarder. I'm the curator of an extensive craft supply collection.
Yes. And then there's the B one.
The B one.
Yeah.
It says, be safe, be kind, be loving, be strong, and then don't blink coffee.
Yeah, the Don't Blink Coffee I love because that is one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah, that's
so I'm a
Doctor
little
Who
nerdy.
reference.
And you'll notice that there's two of them.
There
There are two. I wonder why there are two.
Why are there two,
There
Bridget?
are two because one of them is yours.
Yay! Thank you.
Because I know you're
I love it. Oh, it's
I know you're
wood.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I know, right? I know you're a big Doctor Who
I
fan.
am. Thank
and
you.
the Weeping Angels. That's
Yes. That is
the episode of Doctor
so
creepy.
So creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like aliens creepy.
So it combines the Starbucks design with its Doctor Who.
Thanks, Mom.
I
That's really
couldn't
nice of
resist.
you.
I thought it was so damn
I
cute.
love it.
I knew you would.
I
So
do.
that's why I had to get it for you. But wait, there's more. So Amazon apparently has a whole bunch of these square. Now they did come as separates, so I'll show them as separate. But these are all square hoops.
They're square bamboo hoops.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Now I love my Nerge, and I'm not going to stop using that. But I also like finishing in a hoop.
Okay.
And a lot of my pictures are not round.
Oh.
So now you have square hoop options.
Interesting.
You may want to link to these
Yes.
on your website so
Yes.
people can find them.
Yes, and I will link to the tape also. Whatever I can find, I'll definitely put links below.
And each one comes with a thread organizer card.
Oh,
which
neat.
is okay.
Well,
kind of a cute extra.
Yeah.
A little extra option there. Why not? What the hell?
Especially for if you get a kit and you're not sure what colors match, if it's even the threads that you already have, if it's even DMC or Anchor or anything like that, those are great.
Well, what I do on the thread organizer cards is I separate in the kit, I separate all the threads, and then I put the symbol on the card.
Yes.
Instead of worrying about the color, I just put the symbol. So then I just have to look at the thing, match the symbol to the thread, and I don't, I touched the mic. And then I don't even have to look at like the key.
Yeah.
Because it's the symbols right there.
Cool. No, that works.
I do it in pencil, and then you can erase it and reuse it. It works.
Yeah.
It works. Now my next one also came from Amazon, and this came as one package.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 hoops.
Nice.
So here's 6 finishes, and to be honest, this was a pretty good price because I've paid like $11.99 for one hoop.
Yeah, the only
now
thing
they are
is
plastic, so they're good for finishes.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're great for
stitching. It depends.
stitching.
So it depends.
Mm-hmm.
The plastic ones, it depends. I mean, these are clearly made in China.
Of
so
course.
if that's not your jam, no worries.
Right.
The only issue sometimes I have with the plastic ones is that the fabric slips.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no like, it has to have a ridge
mm-hmm.
or like ongoing ridging around this way in order to keep the fabric in the hoop.
And I haven't really
But
checked, but it feels like
if
you look on this side and you look on this side, it kind of feels like there might be a ridge in there. But I don't know because I haven't used them yet. But
they didn't show you in the pictures?
No, because they don't show a whole lot. But this also comes with a package of needles.
So those are embroidery needles.
It comes with a package of 16 16 embroidery needles.
Okay.
Sizes 3 through 9. So, that's a nice little extra there as well. But okay. Then the last thing I got, also from Amazon, I got adhesive foam sheets.
Oh, adhesive foam.
Adhesive foam.
Hey.
So
that sounds easy.
So instead of you having to buy the sticky board and add the padding, now you've got a adhesive foam sheet. So I'm going to try using these.
I like that.
In a finish.
I like that.
And I think I can actually use this in a frame finish. It depends on how stiff the foam sheet turns out to be. Mm-hmm. I have a couple of pictures in mind.
I bet that's cheaper than the sticky back boarding.
It might be, and they're 9x12, and they're easy to cut.
One of the cheats I like to use if you're using board backing, like a board backing, and you don't want to pay for the more expensive sticky backboard backing.
Say that 5 times.
You could just cut out a cereal box.
Yeah, I've done that.
Flip it around and stick batting on one side. And here's the thing: if you're doing that, I could see using this. You don't need glue. You don't need double-sided tape. Like
this might be really good
easy.
for finishing needle books too.
Ooh,
I've got a couple of needle books I need to finish.
I do too. Well, I already have something I'm using for that, but
Yeah.
hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So
Well, it depends on how stiff it is. I don't know if I would use
if it's stiff enough.
Yeah.
Well, needle books don't need to be that stiff, but I mean, I could put.
I like them.
I have to also see if it's sticky on both sides or just one.
Yeah. Well, it's only one. It's only going to be sticky on one side.
Yeah, but I could always use the double-sided tape on the other.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So,
Possibilities.
you will probably see fully finished objects using some of these things in the future.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll find out. We'll find out how good they work.
Oh, the only thing about these, when you use anything that's sticky, you got to make sure that it's acid-free. Because if it's not, over time, it will change your fabric. Mm-hmm. It will change textiles. Acid will change the color of the textiles. It might change the texture, and it's not really something that you can fix.
How much time are we talking?
Oh, years, like 5 years.
Well, by then I won't care.
I was gonna say, if it's something that's just for now, like, and you don't care, it's a fad, whatever, a quick finish, don't worry about it. But if it's something that you're gonna want to keep for years, like a wedding announcement or a birth announcement, or I don't know,
something seasonal.
Yeah,
that you take out once a year.
You put away and bring back.
I guess we'll find out.
You want to try and make sure that that it's acid free.
Well, this doesn't say.
Probably isn't,
and I'll bet you it isn't.
Yeah,
so they probably come from China. No, it's a good point.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. Are you done with
I'm done.
Okay.
It's your turn.
I also have Stitchy Stuff. So, hot glue is hot glue. I use low temperature hot glue on my finishes. The double-sided tape that I used, it's by Dritz. I picked this up at Joann's Fabrics here in the United States. This says Q-tape. It's double-sided clear adhesive tape.
And it's thinner.
It's for sewing.
Yeah.
And it's very, very thin. And I used almost one entire roll for these two finishes. I used a lot of tape because I wasn't sure how well it would stick.
Yeah.
So
How much comes on a roll? Let me see. I'm curious.
I think it says at the bottom.
Oh, okay. So this is 5 yards. Okay, so this is about half of the other tape that I got.
It's 10 yards.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well, it's a little less than 10 yards, but yeah.
So that's one of the things I bought. I also bought a couple new pairs of scissors.
You have been scissor obsessed.
I am. But so these scissors are for non-fabric stuff. So I have fabric shears.
Okay.
And I have embroidery scissors, a lot of embroidery scissors. But now I have scissors for cutting sticky tape
or paper.
Or board or paper or sticky foam. Like, these are cheap. They're pretty, but they're cheap. I also got them at Joann's. They're Westcott titanium scissors, whatever. I just picked up like.
Well, titanium is good because then they can
$5
be
pair sharpened.
Mm-hmm. I think
I just needed scissors that I could ruin, essentially, for other craft
like
stuff.
kitchen scissors.
Yeah, but like where I always know where they are because nobody else uses them.
And nobody ever puts this kitchen scissors back. Yeah, I know.
No, and Alex puts them through the dishwasher.
He what?
Yeah, he puts
Why?
the kitchen because for sanitary. Because Oscar uses them to open like chicken bags and like it's got raw meat juice on them, and they need to be sanitized.
I guess you're right.
And so they just go.
Okay.
They still work. They can be sharpened. They're just kitchen. They were free. They were free kitchen shears. I'm not
there
worried
you go.
about it. And I also replaced my pinking shears because the other pair of pinking shears I had were old, and they only cut like the first inch cut. Yeah. So I would be like instead of all the way. So now I have a nice new pair of pinking shears because I don't know how to sharpen pinking shears, so I bought a new pair.
They can be.
Yeah, because they're
of
the jagged edge.
Yeah, because of the serration. I've never known anybody that would sharpen pinking shears.
And if you're new to cross stitch, what I use them for is I will trim the edges of my fabric of my whip instead of to keep them from fraying. And it's just one of many ways you can use to keep them from fraying. So I got new pinking shears.
Awesome.
And I picked up a whole bunch more random backing fabrics. So these were $2 a piece.
So we can expect more finishes.
They're each a fat quarter. Yep. And I love how these finishes, I loved how these looked. And although I picked up these fabrics, I picked up small fabric squares at the store, like sample squares for these, specifically for these patterns. I wanted to have like an inventory that I could choose from. And I really like the polka dots. I like the stripes.
The checks.
I like the checker pattern. There's a word for it.
Gingham.
The gingham pattern. Is that what it's called? Black check.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
it's gingham.
And I picked colors that I would use. Like there's navy blues, there's a pink, a purple, gray, black, stuff that I'll probably use. So I picked up a bunch of these because I wanted to have like a collection on hand. I don't want to have to go to the store every time I want to finish a pattern. So I do want to do more fully finished. I'll be seeing these.
Sounds like a commitment.
Yeah.
And then it looks like you have one more thing over there.
I
haven't seen that before.
What? The
book?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that new?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
So that's all of my new stitchy stuff. Okay. So now we can go on with finishes. These are finishes, but not fully finished.
Right.
Okay. All right. Go, Bridget.
Unfinished finishes?
FOs instead of FFOs.
FOs instead of FFOs. So I'll start
Finished
with
objects.
I'll start with the welcome hanger because I think I showed this as one of my I know I had showed it as something. I bought this on Facebook. So this is what it's going to look like when it's fully finished, and it actually did come as a kit. So it came with the little rod, the 3-inch rod dowel. Thank you. That's the word.
Yeah.
And it came with the little piece
chain.
of
Is it a
no,
chain?
it's a thread, I guess.
Okay.
But so this is I'm gonna give this to my aunts because she can put it on her front door because her front door is inside a hallway.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
It's it's summer.
It is very summery.
Summer themed. Watermelon.
Yep. So she can put it
beach
on her door for
ball,
the summer.
car,
Not this summer. I probably should have already given it
baseball.
to her. Actually, I need to finish this. Her birthday's what? August something? Crap. I need to get this done.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm bringing it up now because I need to get this done. But the pattern is from, wait, don't tell me.
Creative Moments.
Where did I put the little card? I had a card. I had a card for
It's
every
right
single
there on
one
top
of
of your phone.
Oh, thank you. So the pattern is by Creative Moments, and I got it on Facebook Marketplace.
And it's called Welcome Hanger?
Welcome Hanger. And interestingly enough,
oh, that coincides with today's giveaway. So
yeah,
you have made it to the giveaway portion.
Today's giveaway is Creative Moments, and it's called...
It's called Tickle a Harvest.
Yeah, and it's also a little banner, but this one is not a kit. It didn't come as a kit. It only came as
This
a
is just
pattern.
the pattern.
Mhm.
So it reads, tickle it with a hoe and it will laugh into a harvest. Claims it's an English proverb. So I got this on the freebie table at StitchCon, and
for obvious reasons, she had to pick
tickle
it
it
up.
with a hoe. I laughed so hard because I have the humor of a 13-year-old boy.
You know where our minds went as soon as we heard that.
So I thought this might be...
Have you done any hoe tickling lately?
Have you tickled the hoe lately? I'm dying.
I know. I'm sorry.
So anyway, I thought one of you might enjoy it. You could snark it up if you like. It's there's an angel and a sun and a sunflower and some pumpkins.
You want to get it closer so they can see
So
it.
here's a close-up of the pattern. It's cute. It is cute. And you can change the words to say whatever you want.
Or you could leave the words.
You could just put tickle a hoe.
And just you could leave the words and see who laughs. See who gets it.
Tickle a hoe. So if you would like to be in the drawing to get this pattern, please use the word hoe in a sentence, spelled H-O-E. We are talking about gardening instruments, people.
Are we?
We are. So use the word hoe in a sentence in the comments. Please use the word only once.
Mm-hmm.
You must be over 18. This is just paper, so you don't have to be in the contiguous 48
can be
states.
anywhere.
You can be anywhere. I'll mail it to you.
Even if you're in Australia, we can mail this one.
Please know that this has no monetary value, and I will not be held responsible if it gets lost in the mail. YouTube and Creative Moments have nothing to do with this giveaway. Please be a subscriber, and please make sure to fill out the Google form. There's a link below, and that way I will already have your address, and I don't have to follow you back and forth with 5 different emails. As we said earlier in the video, the Google form is used only for these giveaways.
Right.
I will not be emailing you discounts and products and marketing, anything like that. It's only for these giveaways and to contact you if I need to.
And we don't sell your information to anybody.
No.
We're not that desperate for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a form, address, that's it. So you can get cool stuff.
All right.
Like this.
I can't wait to see what you needle ninjas come up with.
Oh, that's right. You nicknamed.
Oh, yeah. So I nicknamed y'all Needle Ninjas.
I like that.
Because you're amazing and brilliant, and you come up with like really clever shit.
Yeah, and Notorious Needle followers of Notorious Needle are now Needle Ninjas.
Needle Ninjas. Because you're awesome.
Yes, and actually we should make a t-shirt that says that.
Needle Ninja?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Needle Ninja. And Needle Ninjas are awesome.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Our
Write that down.
balls.
Work that down.
Amaze balls.
Amaze balls? Is that still a word?
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know. I think that's last
I mean, according to my 17-year-old, I'm doomed to be uncool forever, so I don't care.
That's okay. He's 17. He knows it all. Wait till he's 22 and he realizes your true worth. It can take that long.
Right. Yeah, it does. Do you have any other finishes, Bridget?
Actually, I do.
I thought so.
Thank you for asking. Yeah. So I finished the Dark Goddess Stitch Along.
Yay. Oh, look at how pretty. Oh my gosh.
Can you see them all?
Yes, you can. You're doing great.
Cool. So this is by Witch's Gardens Crafts. And what the heck did I stitch this on? I stitched this on, it's a mystery by Bestitch Me. It's 16 count Ada.
Yeah.
And they consist
I'm regretting my 18 count. It's a little hard.
Well, the 16, I could have done this on 14, to be honest, because they have a lot of detail in them. There's Sekhmet, Persephone, Freya, Morrigan, Kali, Hecate, Mokosh, Hel, Inanna, Bastet, Artemis. I think I missed the.
Oh, you missed.
I missed a leg on the A. Ooh, I'll have to fix that. Artemis and wow,
it's a papalotl.
Is that, say that again?
It's a papalotl.
It's a papalotl.
I believe.
I think you're right.
I believe that's how
I think you're right.
It's a papalotl.
Yeah, but
which
and
I think is an African
I actually
goddess.
had to probably South American.
Okay.
I had to Google some of the goddesses because
Yes.
I had not heard of, like Mokosh. I had not heard of before,
Not her.
or it's a papalotl I couldn't even pronounce. But I'm pretty proud that I knew who all the other ones were. And this is really beautiful.
It is.
Now I have to figure out what frame, how I'm going to finish
that
it.
deserves like something.
It does.
With gold. It needs gold.
You think it needs gold? I'm thinking silver.
Silver.
Gold is the god's color.
Okay.
Silver's the goddess's color.
Okay.
So, but this is how big it is when it's just without all the extra fabric.
Yeah.
And I have a little extra fabric I can do a little something with.
Yeah, you have several inches on each side. I think you've got plenty of space.
Yeah.
You can frame it however you want, which is one of the, I know some people don't like to use that much fabric because they want to use the fabric to stitch something else with, but there's definitely advantages to having a lot of fabric around your edges. You can finish it however you want.
Yeah, and it might end up being a pillow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be. I don't know.
Okay.
I have to see what happens. And then I finished my Window Santa.
Aww.
This one is by Christmas Traditions. And I've picked this up off the freebies table at Stitching in the Wild.
Oh, it was a whip, right?
This was somebody's work in progress. They had done the brown outline of the window. And then they just said,
Yeah.
done. And I
They
don't
were
blame you, but it's Santa.
It's
so
cute.
I had to do it.
And Bridget's slutty for Santa.
I am. And then I already have a frame for this one. And interestingly enough, this was a kit. So you see how little margin
Yeah.
they have from the kit?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
I'm not. It's to save money.
Well, yeah, but
you use sparkly thread. Can you see?
it's, I don't know if you can
Is
see
it
that.
a toile?
There's sparkly thread. Well, no, actually, it's very, very thin.
Beard.
It's sparkly thread that
right.
is super, super
Right
thin,
Santa's
and you
beard.
blend it with one thread of white.
Oh, it's so cute.
But it is kind of cute.
Yeah. I like the sparkly thread.
I do
It's
too.
like an opalescent.
And I'm hoping it shows up in the frame because I have a frame ready for that one.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about using the sticky foam board, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, this one you saw before as a finish, but it wasn't really finished.
Oh, okay.
That's the wrong
Oh, that's Spicy
card.
Disaster.
That's this card for Spicy Disaster. Well, all these little cards that we get from StitchCon and other places, I use them as project cards. So, because I don't really use floss cards that much, but they're project cards I use all the time.
Yeah.
So I finally beaded
yay.
this guy. This is Santa. He's going to be an ornament, and this is by Candemar Designs, and it's just a Santa ornament.
Is he just called Santa?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
just called Santa Ornament.
Santa ornament.
Number 5184 if you're looking for it.
Yeah, with beads. So you'll see that I added all the little beads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty good.
He is looking cute. And you know what happened is I lost the beads.
Oh no.
Like the little bead package. Yeah, I put it down in my office on my long craft table, where my sewing stuff is, and it kind of got lost in the mess.
Okay.
And then I was moving stuff around and the little bead packet fell out, and I went, oh, I better do that now because I'm going to lose it again.
These are the beads. You found it again.
Those are the beads that came with the kit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are not my own.
I wasn't sure.
Yep. No, those are the
You
beads
lost
that
it
came with
and
the
then
kit.
found it again.
I did.
You're so funny.
And that might end up being a present, a present for somebody else because it says it's an ornament. I'm going to try and finish it.
Big.
It's a little big for an ornament.
Yeah,
It kind of is. But what the hell?
Right.
Maybe I'll make it into a stand-up thing. You'd make a cute little stand-up thing, don't you think?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll have to research
Or you could
that.
make him into a little pillow, a little Christmas.
No.
No pillows.
No, he's long and narrow. He's 3 inches by 5.5 inches. So it's a little too long for an ornament.
Mm-hmm.
It's good as a little standalone thing, maybe.
Like okay.
Like something you would put on a shelf or, just put up for the holidays. I don't know.
Are you going to do one of those hinged ones?
I'm thinking about it because I haven't done one of those finishes yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
So that will require some YouTube research, but other people have done it, so I'm sure I can.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. And those are
your
my
finishes.
Yes.
Good job. All right, now we're at whips.
We are
because we already did new Stitchy Stuff.
because
we went out of order. I need to write usually I write it down ahead of time.
I think it just makes it more interesting.
Sure, yes, whatever.
You never know what the hell's coming.
So I did work on a couple of other things, but I only really put in a few stitches. So
you're not showing those, right?
I don't know. Okay. So I did work on. Oops. I need to find it. Oh, I don't need to find it. You just showed it. I did work on the Dark Goddess Stitch Along. So I worked on what's her face? Words. I can't even words.
Witch's Gardens Crafts?
I worked Freya.
Oh, you worked on Freya. Okay.
So I think last time I only had one of the cats. Now she's pretty much done. I just got to do the outline. So yeah. The stitch along is done, y'all. So this was a start. This is now a start along. We started at the same time.
We did actually.
That's okay. No, the thing of it is the cats. It kind of felt like confetti stitching, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this.
So then move on, because you know what?
But I finished it.
She's got all of them are released out, as you saw.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and finish the frame and do all of that.
And then I am stitching one of my patterns. It's called Here Right Matters. So here's what it's going to look like when it's finished. These are the immortal words of Colonel Vidman during the first Trump impeachment trial, when he was reassuring his father. They came from Ukraine, and his father was worried that he'd be assassinated if he spoke the truth against power, but he wasn't. He did lose his job, though. But he said, "Don't worry, Dad, I'll be okay for speaking the truth. This is America, and here right matters."
Are you almost done?
I'm almost done. So I only have the outline to do. So the last time you saw this, since then I finished the T. I did matters. I only have the outline on the M and then a couple of like little stars here, and then I will be done.
And it looks like the outline on the R isn't quite finished either.
Oh yes, I guess I missed that.
Yeah, there should be an outline
here,
and here. Yeah. And sign it and date it. Yeah, that too.
Sure. Yeah, one day. So I'm almost done with that. I did a lot of that stitching at StitchCon because it's very the letters here are very blocky and very easy to stitch. And so a trick, if you're stitching words, it really, really helps if you can, because I usually start in the middle, so I can't always do this. But if you can, stitch them how you read them, and you're less likely to skip letters. Every time I've ever messed up, or I've seen other stitchers complain online about messing up their word patterns, is they're stitching the word backwards and they miss a letter. So it's a little trick. If you can, stitch it how you read it. So if you read left to right, like in English, stitch it left to right. Okay, so my other whip, this is Yggdrasil. This is by 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy. And I am stitching it on Wapo Blue by Needle Bling. It's Needle Bling Designs.
Yeah, I think so.
So
that's coming out really nice.
Yeah.
I'm liking how it looks for you.
Since the last time I stitched this, I pretty much did this whole section right here, like a quarter of the circle.
Yeah, it's coming out really pretty.
Yeah, I'm really liking it. So it starts off kind of orangey in the middle, and using my own colorway. So these are colors that I've picked out. It's a monochrome pattern. Let me show you what it's going to look like finished.
I was going to say, I think I have that one, but it's not in that.
I have it on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big one. This is what it's going to look done. So it's starting off kind of orangey in the middle, and then it goes out to like this deep pink, and then it deepens into purple, and then it goes into blues.
Were you planning on doing the whole frame?
I am, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the whole border. I have all the colors picked out. I probably need to buy a few more skeins.
I think you probably do.
So this is 2/2 on this is
linen,
36 count linen. Wapo Blue by Needle Bling.
So it ends up being 18 count when you do it.
Yeah, mowed over 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this stitch. It's not mindless. Like, it didn't quite match up here, so I flubbed it close enough because I wasn't going to undo everything.
Counting is important in counted cross stitch.
Well, the weird thing is, like, it doesn't line up here, right? But when I go down here, it lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
So and I've taken this out and stitched it. I've taken it out twice and stitched it 3 times.
And then you just finally said.
So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna make it look close enough. And so you can't even tell that that's not quite right. So it might be It might not be exactly symmetrical when I'm done with it, but you won't be able to tell.
No, but you'll be pointing it out to us if you are.
Well, no, I just as an example, like some people get really frustrated, and this one, it's hard. It's kind of hard to line that up because there's so much space. Like this is a lot of space right here, so it's a little bit difficult to get it to line up right.
That's true.
But I'll tell you what, using software really, really helps. You can mark off every stitch as you do it.
Yeah.
It really, really helps. I think if I was stitching this with a traditional paper pattern, I would have made a lot more mistakes.
Yeah.
And then my last one is a start and whip. This is from Cross Stitch to Calm. So on the website, there's an article about 4 cross stitch books that I would recommend for beginners, and this is one of them because these patterns are very simple. There's only a few colors. There's zero confetti, so it's easy to stitch, and it's only cross stitch. So I'm stitching this one down here, which is called Fossil.
It's a nautilus.
Yeah.
It's a nautilus shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the pattern is called Fossil inside cross stitch to calm. And here's what I've done so far.
Oh, you're using a
So I am using
variegated.
Where is it?
You
It's
didn't bring the thread over.
So I'll write down what it is. It's a Sulky variegated thread.
Oh,
I'm using one strand of Sulky. I don't know what this fabric is. This was like a grab mystery bag of fabric. It looks like, I think it's 25 count Lugana in like an off-white color, like an ivory.
I really like it. I didn't care for the pattern, but I really like it in the
variegated.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a monochrome pattern in the book. It's just monochrome. So, but I decided to do it in the variegated.
Good choice.
But I chose a floss and a fabric that are highly contrasted. So the fabric is one color and the variations are high contrast to the fabric. So you will be able to see what it is. I worry with the variegated fabric with variegated floss.
Right.
They're so busy you can't see.
Right.
You can't see
I usually
the pattern.
do variegated floss on black or
on
plain
a solid
white,
color
something
fabric.
solid. Yeah. Because if you do it on any of the hand-dyed fabrics, you've got the modeling on the fabric, trying to blend in with the variegation, and I think sometimes it's too much.
I do, yeah. So I chose a solid color. Anyway, so this is the first pattern that I'm stitching for our future, maybe one day, maybe not. Bar shed in the backyard.
Future, we'll maybe see. One day, maybe not.
But I'm digging the beachy themes these days.
It is pretty.
So I'm stitching for me.
Good use of variegated floss too.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Yeah, so the variegated, so I'm stitching, I forget if it's English method or Danish method, but I'm stitching full X's as I go instead of half an X and then coming back and doing the other half.
Yes, because if you do half and half, what happens is you end up with a different color on one leg of the X, and then your stitching looks very modeled. It's not.
I mean, this is so small. I probably could have done that. It would have been fine. But I kind of like, and I'm doing it so instead of only doing it horizontally, like I'm not stitching rows necessarily. What I'm stitching is from the middle out. So like these are vertical because I'm stitching from the middle out. So I'm going up, down. And when I do these, I will be stitching horizontally because I'll be stitching from the middle out.
Right.
So I don't know what that's going to look like.
It'll look
but I'm excited to find out.
Like a striped pattern.
Sort of, yeah. It kind of does look stripy.
It does look stripy, and that's perfect. I mean, I think that's a really good use of the variegated floss.
Well, thank you very much.
How are you finding the Sulky to work with?
Oh, so the Sulky. So this is the first time I've stitched with Sulky thread. A lot of people have recommended it. Mm-hmm. It is thicker than DMC, but I don't think it's 2 to 1. I think it's like 1.5 to 1. So Sulky comes on a spool. Hold on one second. I'll go grab it. I don't remember what color it is. All right. So the color I'm using is 4016 12 weight petites. It comes on a spool. Part of it broke already. It comes like this, right? And then you open this bottom part, and that's where you put the end, and then you close it, and it secures the end so it doesn't come off the spool.
So you don't have to use elastic bands.
You don't have to use elastic bands, but I will if it breaks. I'll be using an elastic band. But it's already single-stranded. You don't have to separate the strands. It is thicker than DMC. Like I said, I would say 1.5, not 2 to 1.
Okay.
So like on 14 count, you could probably use 2 strands and get full coverage the way I like. Right. Instead of using 3 strands. You can stitch this on 14 count, 2 strands, use the loop method, you're golden. I don't know. I don't think I like it on the smaller count fabric.
It's too fat?
It's not that it's too fat. I actually really like how it looks.
I was going to say it looks good.
But the act of stitching on it, I don't like because it's thicker. When you pull it through the fabric, it creates more friction. You can hear it if you listen and you're pulling your floss through the fabric and it's making a lot of noise. It's probably too thick for the fabric. Get rid of a strand or so, or use a bigger needle. And maybe that's what I need to do is use a bigger needle because as I'm pulling it through, it's creating friction and it's unwinding the floss very slightly.
Yeah, you're actually pulling some of the little hairs when the floss is woven. Little hairs stick out, and by the end of the thread, all those little hairs are gone.
It's not the little hairs that bother me. It's not that it's fraying. It's that it's untwisting a little bit. As you pull it, it's untwisting. You see, and it curls more.
So
I have to drop my needle every 3 or 4 stitches instead of every like 10 stitches.
Are you using a shorter thread overall?
No, I'm using the same length that I always use, which is too long.
I was going to say you might try using a shorter.
No, it's fine.
thread.
I haven't gotten that many knots. I just have to drop my needle. And the thing of it is, the shorter the shorter strand you use, for every curl, it feels tighter because it's 1 curl over 2 inches instead of 1 curl over 6 inches, right?
Oh, okay.
So it curls tighter the shorter it is. So I actually really like it longer. It's just
that makes sense.
I think it's too thick for this 25 count Lugana. Now I think on Ada it probably would be fine. Or like linen is woven a little bit more loosely than Lugana. I think linen would probably be fine.
But you're also stitching it 1 over 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm stitching 1 over 1 on 25 count.
Right. Which
is very small stitches. But it's not that it's 1 over 1. It's that the fabric is woven tighter. And the floss is a little bit thicker. It's not really a problem. It's just I have to drop my needle more often to untwist it, and that means I'm stopping and then starting up again. So I don't know, but I like how it looks, and it is pretty thick. I like how it feels. It feels pretty thick, and then the back is thick because I'm stitching full X's instead of half across and then finishing.
Right.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
cool.
So that's my new start. I've been stitching this a lot on my lunch break. That's usually when I stitch, is on my lunch break at work. And those are all my whips.
Well, I haven't gotten into my whips.
Yay, let's do your whips.
All right, you're going to do my whips. Okay. So, yeah. Move stuff. Well, it's attached, apparently. So I have a new start. And this is called Love to Craft. And it's actually a kit.
I like that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I picked it up at the freebie table at StitchCon. You'll remember that. Yeah. So this is going to be a gift for one of my crafty relatives. Not sure which one yet. I have gotten this far with it.
Oh, it was upside down.
Yeah. So I'm working on it. I just started it yesterday.
Okay.
So I don't anticipate that it's going to take me that long.
No.
But it does come as a whole kit, and it's by Design Works, Elite Needle Arts, and it's a 5x7, and it's I think it's pretty cute.
Yeah, you've got paintbrushes, a hot glue gun, needle and thread.
Yeah, and some
your pincushion strawberry.
And you've got some
tomato.
Colored pencils over here, and
scissors.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah. And I think I have several relatives who are crafty that I think this would be a cute gift for. I think they'd like it. And
is that just 14 count?
It is a 14 count white Ada. Okay. Yeah. And now this one is called I call it Skaters. It's Christmas Traditions, another Christmas Traditions design. Something else off the freebie table.
Yeah.
Yep, at StitchCon.
You like the cute Santa stuff, don't
I kind of do like the cute Santa stuff. And it's coming along okay, but, well, put it this way. I did not take a picture of the pattern and put it in my tablet. So this pattern, it's paper, it's black and red. It's one of the old style, and it's very hard to read. And of course, I muffed up in quite a few little places. And so as I'm going through, I'm pulling out the stuff I muffed up and redoing it. And some of them I'll have an extra row in one spot, and I'll have the shorter row in another spot.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna,
it won't affect the overall look of the pattern.
I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. But it's cute. So I started it a while ago, and when I realized I had screwed up the count in a few places, and using the white on white 14 count, white on white, I can't even barely see it.
So maybe stitch the other colors and do the white last.
Yeah, but that's how I flubbed up the count.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But then what I did was the other day, I went ahead and I put it in my new tablet because I realized I need to be able to blow it up.
Yeah.
I need to be able to mark it off.
Yeah,
because this one's a little,
Okay.
Okay, moving on. And this is the Tarot Stitch Along by Witches Gardens Crafts. And I'm doing it on 16 count. This is Ada. This is Vanilla Latte from Bestitch Me. And this is what I have gotten done so far.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, those are full coverage.
They are full coverage, which is why I'm just using the Vanilla Latte because it's really not modeled, and I think it'll be fine. I've got the Fool, the Magician, and the High Priestess done so far.
Nice.
So
this is the Major Arcana Tarot.
This is all the Major Arcana. Just can't do it. I know. There are 22 cards in the Major Arcana, and I started to do the side piece over here only to realize that she had released 2 different frames.
Oh.
And what happened was I started on this side with one of the frames, and then when I picked it up on this side, somehow I opened the wrong file and started stitching the other frame.
Oh no.
So I pulled it out.
Oh, you pulled it out. Okay.
Of course I pulled it out. I've already pulled it out, which is why I don't have more done on this one, because I had to pull it out.
Ah, poop.
Anyway, the frog has been visiting. I'll get that later.
Yeah.
The frog has been visiting me, and I'm tired of the fog. Now, this is the other Stitch Along from Witches Gardens Crafts. And this one is the cups Stitch Along, or chalices. And so I've got, so this is the king, the queen, the knight, and the page. So I've gotten the royalty done, and then I'm going to start on the other ones. I think
the numbers.
I think she released the last 2 in June, so I'm a little bit behind on this one. But hey, I've been like out of town. I took a trip in June. I took 2 trips in July. I've got one more coming up this week. Another trip in August.
Or we had a weekend here.
I'm just you know, and I don't usually take my cross stitch when I go on trips because there's too much distraction. But this is on Ledger by Bestitch Me. It's 16 count, and it's just the perfect with the gold and the blue. It's perfect for this. So that's why I was saying I'm already picking up my fabric for the next 2, because she did the tarot, she did the chalices. We're going to have the swords. We're going to have
pentacles and rods.
Yeah. The rest of them are coming.
And the cool thing is that she, is it Michelle at Witches Garden Crafts?
She designed all of it.
She designed it. It's not like she's copying it from an existing tarot deck. Like, these are her original tarot designs, which is kind of cool.
I think it is. And then my last whip, the perennial whip.
The perennial whip.
The perennial whip.
Oh, yes. The Santa table runner.
Yes. So here's my Santa table runner. So now I have to, actually, I'm officially going to move and use the, I need to change out the needle minder.
Oh, okay.
I need to change from
the anti-frog to a Santa one?
I'm doing the Santa one, yep. I think I'm going to put the anti-frog potion on the skaters because I so need to get, I'm telling you. But so now I've got my Santa needle minder on
there. There you go.
This is the Gingerbread Santa.
Okay.
By Sue Hillis Designs.
Yeah.
And I have the picture, but it's in the bag and you don't want me to go digging. You want to hold this and I'll look?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Because I know which bag
so it's in. This is 14 count monk's cloth?
Yes.
And you're using the called for colors?
Yes. And this is what the design looks like.
Oh, cool.
And they all come with their, well, they don't all, but a lot of them come with the little charms. So this has 2 little gingerbread charms. And this one is my table runner, because overall I'm doing 10 Santas. I think this one is number 8.
Sue Hillis designed 12?
She designed 12.
And you're using 10
because 2 of them on the table. 2 of them are
disliked. Not to your taste.
No. So I'm doing 10. And Do you want to unroll the rest?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, what the hell.
So let's see what you've done so far.
If you've already seen this, you can skip ahead. But we have the Cookie Santa. God, I don't remember the names of them now. The stocking Santa. We have
Garden.
the
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia Santa. Thank you.
Okay.
The Snowflake Santa. We have for Santa's
Birdhouse.
friends.
Okay.
And the Traveling Santa.
Santa.
Yes. And those are all the Santas I have done so far.
Oh wow!
And then this is the gingerbread Santa.
Well, how many is that?
I think I have
1,
two more to do.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, so this is number 7.
So you have 8, 9, and 10.
Oh, I have 3 more to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my goal was to have this done for this year.
Oh, for this holiday.
For this, so I could
It's
use
gonna be
this
close.
in December.
Oh,
What
no.
month are we in?
We're in July.
I haven't been paying it enough
We're at
love.
the end of July.
So I have
So you have August, September, October, November.
So 4 months to get 3 done.
Well, 3.5.
Well, I could.
Well, not just that, but you said you might put something at the end.
I still have
or you
to
might
figure
do
out
like
what I'm going
another
to do
border.
on the ends. Right.
I don't know. I mean, you could use it probably, but it won't be fully finished.
No, I'd rather wait till it's fully finished. So maybe I won't rush it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very
hard
ambitious.
because it is ambitious, and it is hard to do something this size because after a while you're like, can I do something else?
Yeah. You need to do. Well, we can fold this up after.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna roll it. So those are my whips. I want to say I think that's it. Yeah. So I only have the 5 going on now because I didn't give any love to the other 2 or 3 that are.
Yeah, I had a few more that I was like, but it's summertime, so I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna start stitching
your beach themes,
elegant pumpkins.
For
autumn.
Do you really?
Because I like to stitch ahead.
Are you gonna finish that this year?
No.
Okay.
Probably not. But I like to stitch the next season ahead. So it's summertime. I like to stitch autumn.
Gotcha.
So that's all our whips.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're into plans.
So, plans. So I'm going to mix plans and announcements. So I'm going to start with announcements. I am just happy to report that my website is no longer under attack by bots.
You don't have 100 spam emails.
I do not have 100
spam
emails every day.
Wow.
So if you've emailed me and I haven't gotten back to you, I apologize. Please re-email me. I probably just missed it in amongst all the spam, and I apologize. Did the best I could. I responded to every email I found.
It's hard.
Yeah. However, sadly, that means that I had to remove comments on my website because that's how they were getting in. And I was really trying to find a way to end the spam bots without removing the comments, but I also did not want to pay for and add another plugin. So sadly, I just had to remove comments. And there weren't that many comments. It's not like dog hair, sorry. It's not like every article had like 1 million comments and stuff, but there's some valuable stuff on there and good questions that people ask. So if you have questions, just email me, and if I need to, I will update the tutorial articles.
What email address can they find you at?
Sarah@notoriousneedle.com. Sorry.
And that's Sarah with an H.
SARAH. Yeah, well, I put it at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
And the other announcement is that also to pay for the website, I did put ads on the website. It's going to take 3 to 6 months for them to adjust and put them in the best places so that you have the best user experience, but also so that the website can pay for itself. Because with all the bots, I was paying for bot emails. And we're talking thousands and thousands of bot emails. And so I decided the website needs to pay for itself. Rather than, because I was paying for it out of my own funds.
But on the plus side, the tutorials are still there.
The tutorials are still there. They're still free for you.
And the ads do not
They
really
they are original and not written by an AI, with original photography by yours truly, which is not great, but it's I'm not a photographer, but it helps you learn better with the pictures and the videos.
And I used it on my phone, and the ads really didn't detract from, I mean, let's put it this way. I think we're all used to when you go on a website,
Yeah.
you have pop-ups that continue and you just scroll past them.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all kind of used to that at this point. So
yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to, but I needed to. Or it was either that or quit. So I didn't want to do that. I like this too much. I like you guys too much.
we're having fun.
We are. And so that brings me to plans. So I'm planning 2 things. First, we started creating Notorious Needle merch.
Because you asked.
Because you asked. A few of you asked, and I appreciate that. So I'm working on that. I've created several items, and I'm ordering them. I want samples first. I want to make sure that they're good, that they're nice, that they're not. It's not cheap garbage. It's gonna fall apart after like you wash it twice or use it twice or what have you. And yeah, so there's that. And
yeah, so after she orders them and we test them out and we make sure they're not cheap Chinese junk, then we'll make them available to everybody else.
I mean, it's probably most of it's. I mean, let's face it, it's all going to be made in China. Probably,
I want a T-shirt,
but I want it to look. I want it to be.
I want a T-shirt,
quality at least. And as far as stitching, I'm going to continue with these whips. I'm going to add elegant pumpkins back into my rotation for the next few months for the season. And I am designing again. I'm working on beachy Christmas patterns that are punny, right? So silly little puns, irreverent. There's no Jesus in my Christmas. Sorry. It's just silly fun. Very lighthearted. And I will be sending out a survey. I'll be sharing a survey to find out if there's anything that you like in the idea of a beachy Christmas theme that you'd like me to design for you, or if there's anything that you don't want to see in a beachy Christmas theme. Like you're tired of red and green, Sarah, less red and green. Or it doesn't have to be Christmas. It's a winter holiday. We also celebrate solstice in this household. My best friends are Jewish, so we celebrate Hanukkah with them. So it doesn't have to be just Christmas, but it's a beachy winter holiday stuff. Since we are in paradise, we are in lovely South Florida.
Right. And we also realize that a lot of people in the South are celebrating their holiday without
warm.
Snow.
Yeah. It's
in
warm.
the warmth.
Yeah. In the swamp and the bayou and the beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the sand.
In the sand.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not always, it doesn't look like New England.
Right. Yeah. So those are my plans, and I will share with you on this channel and all my social media, and especially on my email list, when I'm ready for you to take that survey and let me know what you want to see.
So if you want to be included in that, go to notoriousneedle.com and
it's notoriousneedle.com/subscribe. And what that'll do, that'll take you to where you can get free patterns, sign up for 20% off of all the paid for patterns, and then you'll be included in my email list where I will send out the survey shortly.
And it gives you VIP status, so you get alerts whenever there's a sale going on.
And
it's free.
My needle ninjas.
Free.
you
can be a needle ninja. That's right.
I don't know. I guess let me know in the comments if you hate that nickname or love it or whatever.
We need a design for that.
Needle ninjas, yeah. All right.
Sure.
What are your plans, Bridget?
Well, I plan to work on my Santa table runner.
Yeah.
I really got to show that some love. But I've just been getting distracted with all the little cutesy stuff I got off the freebie table. I'm easily distracted. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, are those my only plans?
Well, you had mentioned catching up on the chalices, Sal.
Yeah, well, I have to do that, yeah. And I want to figure out, I still have to bead father's son.
Father's son?
Yeah, the beading, the beading.
So now also in our plans is a little blurb about what to bring when you go to a cross-stitch retreat.
There is now.
And now that I have stopped the bots, I can move on to other tutorials like finishing the t-shirt tutorial,
which has been like months.
I know, yeah.
Months.
I'm done with the stitching. I just need to finish the finishing and then finish write up the actual tutorial. So
And the editing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Bridget will be helping me with that.
Right.
Yes, I just volunteered you.
I think I've been voluntold.
Voluntold, yes.
That's how it happens.
Right.
Yeah, don't go to the bathroom. You'll end up being voluntold for
Right,
something.
no, certainly not during a meeting.
Yeah, no.
No.
Anyways, I think that's about it.
Oh, okay. So
is there anything else you wanted to cover?
No, that's all I got.
Me too.
Okay, so
Me too.
until next time,
Stitch
on.